Elon Musk, and the crowd roars. This is going to be an election that shows that Elon Musk can come in with whatever amount of money he wants, but voters are rejecting the total corruption of our system that Brad Schimmel and Elon Musk represent.
Ben, this race is already the most expensive judicial race in American history, I believe. Talk about how that money is being spent on the ground. What are you seeing the money flow coming in from the left and from the right? And what kind of ads are up on the airwaves? And we know about Elon's stunt with the $1 million, but what else is happening there on the ground in this big money election?
So Elon Musk has handed out $3 million checks.
Are people finally getting tired of the myth that Elon Musk is some kind of genius mastermind, always thinking 10 steps ahead? The reality is far from that. He frequently demonstrates a lack of understanding of both government operations and his own social media platform. It seems like every other day he's caught violating laws on Twitter. Just yesterday, and again today, he posted content that openly showed him breaking the law in relation to the Wisconsin Supreme Court race. That's why he had to delete it, because he knows he messed up. We're going to break it all down, but before we do, I'd really appreciate it if you could like this video. And if you enjoy our content, consider subscribing. It truly helps a lot. Now, let's get into the details of the post Elon deleted, knowing it was illegal, and hear from one of his biggest critics, Ben Wickler, the chair of the Wisconsin Democratic Party.
This is a colossally important race, because it determines whether Elon Musk can buy courts. And the reason why this is at stake is that Brad Schimmel, the Republican candidate, a Republican-backed candidate, is trying to sell the Wisconsin State Supreme Court. You know, nationally, Elon Musk and Donald Trump are threatening to impeach judges. They are ignoring judicial orders. If they can just go in and buy whatever court, whatever office they want, we have an even higher level of crisis in our system of democracy in this country. Voters don't like Elon Musk. He is incredibly unpopular in Wisconsin. And Susan Crawford, when she's on the campaign trail, she talks about her own background as a prosecutor and as a judge defending Planned Parenthood when she was a private attorney. Then she says, now let me tell you about my opponent, Elon Musk. And the crowd roars. This is going to be an election that shows that Elon Musk can come in with whatever amount of money he wants, but voters are rejecting the total corruption of our system that Brad Schimmel and Elon Musk represent.
Ben, this race is already the most expensive judicial race in American history, I believe. Talk about how that money is being spent on the ground. What are you seeing the money flow coming in from the left and from the right? And what kind of ads are up on the airwaves? And we know about Elon's stunt with the $1 million, but what else is happening there on the ground in this big money election?
So Elon Musk has handed out $3 million checks. We don't know how many millions of dollars he's on the hook for people who signed his petition. He's given $3 million to the Wisconsin Republican Party, its biggest gift ever. And he spent $20 million on super PACs, some of them running ads all over the state, and some of them hiring people from Texas to come to Wisconsin and knock on doors. On the other side, more than 175,000 people have given to Susan Crawford's campaign. The Democratic Party of Wisconsin, we've been able to break our own spring fundraising records. We have thousands of volunteers knocking on doors today and tomorrow. wisdems.org/volunteer. You can help out. We have ads on the air, and if you look at the Crawford ads, they're about abortion and reproductive freedom. They're about Musk and corruption and Brad Schimmel's history of giving sweet plea deals to people whose lawyers gave contributions to his campaign. This corruption is nothing new for him. Schimmel's ads are all just about Trump endorsing Schimmel and wanting to advance Trump's agenda, which is not the job of a judge. This is a kind of corruption of the idea of our judiciary. It's not a rubber stamp for a would-be autocrat. It's supposed to be independent, making decisions about what the law and the Constitution says. That's what Susan Crawford represents.
And talk about some of the main issues involved. It seems with this Wisconsin race, every time there's a Supreme Court race, you always have redistricting fights that are involved there, voters' rights in there. Can you just go down the list and, you know, how Republicans and Democrats see these issues that are most at stake in this race?
Absolutely. So Wisconsin had the worst gerrymander in the country, both in the congressional maps and the state legislative maps. In 2023, Janet Protasewicz won, and Republicans tried to impeach her to stop her from considering whether the maps were unconstitutional. They were. The state legislative maps have been redrawn. We have fair maps now where both sides have an equal shot. But the congressional maps have not been looked at yet by the court. And they are now giving Republicans 6 out of the 8 congressional seats in a 50-50 state. So when Elon Musk talks about the fate of the House, what he's talking about is locking in a gerrymander, preventing any conceivable review of whether these maps are constitutional or not.
This could be the most important election in this entire year. Now, I know that there are governor races, there are special elections, but there is no better place to tell Elon Musk that he cannot buy and influence our elections than tomorrow in Wisconsin. It is the reason why people have to turn out. It is the reason why we have to talk about this so much. And it's the reason we have to call out Elon Musk for breaking the law, which clearly he did. He had to delete his post that this article calls out right here. Musk's new video, sure, looks like a confession. He's breaking the law. Elon Musk's America PAC posted quite an interesting video on that $1 million giveaway ahead of Wisconsin's election. Elon Musk's own PAC may have just posted a filmed confession about buying votes in the Wisconsin Supreme Court election. This Tuesday, the world's richest man has poured nearly $20 million into the state-level race between Trump-endorsed County Judge Brad Schimmel and Barack Obama. Endorsed County Judge Susan Crawford Musk's America PAC on Monday posted a video featuring a Wisconsin woman who won the PAC's $1 million giveaway. On Sunday, she stated that her vote, and not just her petition signature, was how she received the money. The woman said that she's from Green Bay, Wisconsin, and that she did exactly what Elon Musk told everyone to do. Sign the petition, refer friends, and family vote. And now I have $1 million. The statement clearly says that Elon Musk told her to vote, among other things, for her chance to become a millionaire in an effort to drum up support and attention. Musk announced last week that he'd offer up 2 $1 million checks on X in a lottery-style system to Wisconsin residents in appreciation for you taking the time to vote. Offering people money in exchange for voting is extremely illegal in the United States. Musk deleted this post 12 hours later after legal experts pointed out the massive bribe he was orchestrating. He instead changed the language to circumvent that illegality writing. The entrance is limited to those who have signed the petition in opposition to activist judges, conditioning entrance to this event and eligibility for the $1 million payout on having voted arguably violates Wisconsin law, which prohibits offering or giving anything of value to induce a person to vote.
My name's Ekaterina Diesler. I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin. I did exactly what Elon Musk told everyone to do. Sign a petition, refer friends and family, vote, and now I have $1 million.
It's wild how often the saying, every Republican accusation is really a confession, proves true. Even at Elon Musk's event last night, when he was being protested, heckled, and booed, he kept claiming that the protesters were bought and paid for by George Soros. But Musk himself is the one engaging in bribery. How does he have any authority to accuse others of trying to influence political actors through money? That's exactly what he's doing, and he's even breaking the law in the process. Even when he tries to change his wording, he's still violating Wisconsin law. This has been a constant theme of the Trump era, fully embracing criminality at every opportunity. Jamie Raskin recently called out more of this corruption, not from Musk, but from Trump and his allies in this clip.
They think they can bulldoze the government and seize control over society by dismantling the lawyers for their opposition. That's in naked violation of the First Amendment. It's in brutal violation of the due process rights of people who appear in court. And I just cannot imagine even a Trump favorable court allowing this to go forward. I mean, that really spells the end of the rule of law. If the president can target lawyers simply because they've represented his political opponents and then ban them from federal buildings, ban federal officers from meeting with them, lock them out of federal contracts, that's just naked and unconstitutional First Amendment retaliation.
You have Judge Beryl Howell accusing the Trump administration of attacking the judiciary in her ruling on Perkins Coie. Here is how Pam Bondi responded just last night.
Many judges need to be removed. Judge Howell included, Judge Reyes, Judge Boasberg. These judges obviously cannot be impartial. They cannot be objective. They are district judges trying to control our entire country, and they're trying to obstruct Donald Trump's agenda.
Remove the attorneys, remove the judges, and then you have the Speaker of the House acting like her backup singer, saying much the same about federal judges. What role is Congress supposed to be playing in acting as a backstop to these efforts to undercut the judiciary?
Well, I mean, look how sick that is. Basically, anybody who has rendered any ruling they disapprove of, they think should be removed from the bench. Any lawyer who's ever represented a party adverse to them, they think should be cleared out of the way. I mean, that is in naked opposition to the rule of law. So, look, I'm the ranking Democrat in the House Judiciary Committee. The Judiciary Committee Democrats, the Democrats in the House are unified in standing up for the independence of the judiciary, the separation of powers, and the constitutional order as we've known it. I wonder if Attorney General Bondi could name one judge who she doesn't think should be removed, who's ruled against one of Trump's executive orders or one of the lawless actions undertaken by Elon Musk. And they can't say it. Basically, they believe if they disagree with someone or something, that person should be rendered illegal, a legal non-entity. I think so. An important signal came down last week when Chief Justice Roberts noted that the proper response to a district court decision that you disagree with is not to impeach the judge, much less malign the judge and, contribute to this terrible climate of violence and threat and intimidation. The proper response to a district court decision you disagree with is to appeal the decision. And, we've only had 15 judicial impeachments in all of American history, and it's always for something like taking bribes on the bench, corruption, stealing money from the court, habitual drunkenness, not even just 1 day or 2 days of drunkenness. But we've never had a judge who's been impeached for doctrinal differences with the court, much less for getting the legal doctrine right, which an overwhelming, if not unanimous number of these judges have done. I mean, their legal reasoning is just airtight. And that's why Donald Trump is so furious and outraged, and why all the king's men are running around talking about impeachment, because they can't contest what these judges have actually ruled. So they're coming to our committee next week, and they're going to, have their big hearing on the rogue judges, because they're saying never before has a president seen so many of his executive orders struck down before. History's never seen a president engage in so much illegality before.
This is terrifying illegality, and Republicans, unsurprisingly, are pretty quiet about it. And I often think that sometimes too many elected Democrats are as well, especially on the issue of immigration, afraid to call out the immoral and illegal mass deportation plan because they don't want to seem soft on the issue. But there's nothing soft on immigration about saying that lawful permanent residents shouldn't be deported for how they look. Not just deported, shipped to prisons in Venezuela for no reason at all, without due process, without a judge, without even documentation of who they are and where they are and why they were snatched up off the street by Donald Trump's ICE thugs. We should be opposing that Everyone should. That is terrifying. You should not be afraid to call that out. It is right. What Trump is doing is wrong, and he is breaking the law in doing so. But they don't seem to care, but Democrats have to, and we are going to, on the show, we're going to call it out every single day. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and if you stuck around to the end, you drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you soon.